I'm joined by Phoebe Hall from Lochranza Distillery and Arran. Hi Phoebe, how are you?
Hello. Yes, very good, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's cold, but we're getting there. We're getting to spring. Lochranza's kind of celebrated a big milestone recently, hasn't it?
Yeah, we have. So the distillery turned 30 last year in June, which was amazing. I mean, a lot of people have followed Arran since the very beginning, which is a nice point for us to reach a milestone anniversary and still have these people that have loved Arran for the entirety of its life. And to still be an independently owned distillery 30 years on is something that we've really been bragging about as well. So we're very proud to have really hit this point and kind of established ourselves as not the biggest whiskey, not the biggest brand, but we're definitely doing quite well within the industry for our small distillery here on Arran.
Nice. And you've got a whiskey you want to do a little tasting with us, don't you? So do you want to introduce that?
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's a new one for us that we released at the back of last year. Obviously, with it being our 30th anniversary, we have had a distillery exclusive 30-year-old, a single cask release. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about something that's a bit more accessible for everyone, but for me is a little bit more exciting. I've actually got the bottle right here. So this is our latest release, or should I say first release of local Arran Barley. So with us being a small island, some of you that will have visited might have seen we don't grow our barley mainly for distillation here on Arran. We're getting everything from the east coast of Scotland, getting it shipped over. Whereas 10 years ago, we founded a relationship with the Curry family down on the south end of Arran at Bellevue Farm and started cultivating our own barley for distillation. And this Arran Barley 10-year-old is the first release we have ever put out there with local Arran grain, which is incredibly different and incredibly exciting for me because as an avid Arran drinker, it's given me something completely new 30 years on. And just as a 10-year-old age statement as well, it's wildly different to the classic Arran 10 that a lot of people know and love. Similar recipe, it's unpeated, it's 50%, it's got a little bit of a sharpness behind, but we're not cask strength, primarily backed by bourbon and a small finish there in second fill sherry casks. So sweet and fruity, but that local grain has really brought in more of an oiliness. There's a lot of viscosity. I did have a touch of this whiskey before we started. I don't know if you can still see in the glass, probably not. There's a lot of oil clinging in there. So the local grain is much denser than what we're using from the East Coast, especially in the beginning, kind of absorbs a lot of water, creates a really, really sticky kind of wash and wort. And that's really transcended to the whiskey as well. So classic Lochranza style, fruity, unpeated, but a bit more aniseed, a bit more kind of a sort of farmyard traditional whiskey feel to it for me, and just a really lovely connection to the island as well. So just to bring it again, wonderful packaging, which actually matches my jumper. So I thought that was a good way to segue onto that one.
Yeah, no, the packaging's lovely. And has it been quite well received by the fans of the distillery so far?
Yeah, incredibly. I mean, this bottle that I've got here is sealed because this is the last bottle that we currently have in the visitor centre that hasn't been opened or sold. It's been going incredibly well. It's out for worldwide retail though, so 18,000 bottles, and it is batch one of the local barley series, if you will. So next year, around October, November, or this year, should I say, 2026, we'll release batch two, which will be sort of ever growing from here on out. So we've had different strains of barley, different cask recipes, different strengths. We don't really know the future progression of this essentially series, batch series, which is really exciting. So.
Yeah, well, it sounds lovely. I actually do have some and tried it, and it's really good. So I'll write up my notes for the newsletter. But thank you very much. Is there anything coming up apart from that release later on in the year that you want to kind of highlight?
Yeah, of course. So we obviously have the Arran Barley, but 30th anniversary last year. So we do have the first 30-year-old core range whiskey due for release late springtime this year, along with reintroducing the Arran 14 back into the range, which was very well loved and well received in the past. We've sort of modelled a similar recipe and brought it into the future. So we'll see that coming in at the same time as well. We also have a limited edition series known as the Signature Series, which has been out for a couple of years now. And we have the final bottle being released this year as well. So Signature number 4. I know all about it. I'm not going to tell you anything. It's very exciting, but I'll leave that to Stuart and the team towards the back end of this year.
Well, thank you very much for your time and for that lovely description of the whisky, and I hope people get their hands on it who want to buy it and try it. It is very good. So yeah, thank you very much, and good luck with the rest of the launches this year.
Thank you.